Hi guys, Nick here from Gimme, back with another review for you today. I've got hold of the Callaway Elyte Mini Driver. We're gonna give it a hit, I'm gonna give you my opinion on it. I'm not a Mini Driver player, but I'm wondering if this is gonna change my mind. Really interested to hit this one. Heard some great things about it, done some fittings with it as well. It's performed very well in the base so far. So let's get into it. All right guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Callaway Elyte Mini Driver. I've got one here in 13.5 degrees with one of their stock option shafts, which is the Denali 60 gram in a 6.0, which is effectively a stiff flex. Standard length 43.75, so just under 44 inches. And I've just got all the weights in standard here, but yeah, really looking forward to hitting this. I've done several driver reviews already on the channel. Typically, driver is a bit of a strength for me, so I haven't really felt the need to go down the route of looking to fit one of these for me personally, but I have fitted a few of these already for people and they performed really well in the fitting bay. So I'm looking forward to giving this particular model a try. The Callaway Elyte Driver has been a good performer so far, and this one follows on from the AI Smoke Mini that they did last year, which is also a very good performer as well. So technology wise, you've got thermoforged construction in here as well in terms of the crown, so carbon fiber, very similar to what Callaway have done in their previous models with their other drivers in the market right now. You've got your AI 10X face in there as well, so they've really worked on the stability. The MOI, like I've spoke about previously, the COR, which is the ball speed elements of the face as well. They're trying to effectively spread this across the whole head now. So as I've probably spoke about in previous videos, we're pretty much maxed out now in how quick the heads can be. That's what we call COR. And that has been regulated now for quite some time. So right up the middle of these driver heads, including the minis, by the way, because this will be max at the max limit of any other driver head in the market. They're maxed out, simple as that. You can't achieve any more ball speed right out the middle of the head. But where driver heads have continued to improve definitely is across the face performance. Now, the Elyte Mini is aimed at a slightly different golfer in my opinion, because this is for the golfer who struggles with driver for one reason or another. Generally, I would say it's probably going to be because of shaft length. Just the lever is just a bit too long for them. They can't center the strike on the middle of the face, and therefore the dispersion on the modern day driver can be quite big. By going a little bit shorter in the shaft, and by also losing a little bit of size in the head and bringing the CC down. So obviously, typically driver heads nowadays are 460 CC, enormous, almost look like dinner plates here into the shaft, right? For some golfers, that almost might look a little bit too big, and it doesn't always suit everybody's technique. So going for the smaller CC head here, in this case, 340 CC, it just makes the whole package a little bit more manageable for particular golfers. And that's certainly what I found as well. If you've exhausted the options in the driver market, you've tried everything out there at a 460cc head size and 45 and a half, nearly 46-inch driver shaft option, maybe it's time you started looking at a Mini Driver. I'm going to have a little hit of this, give you my opinion on how it feels, how it looks, talk you through the data here, and then we're going to see how it competes against my gamer that I've got in there, which is also a Callaway, so stick with us. Okay guys, so Mini Drivers are definitely a hot product in the market right now, and also it's got some tour presence as well. You know, we see more and more of these working into the tour bags. Some TaylorMade product has definitely worked in there. Tommy Fleetwood probably being one of the main guys who sort of adopted Mini Driver quite early on. And then you've also got the Callaway option here as well. Definitely for me, more Mini Driver than 2 wood. There are some other product on the market right now. Titleist have got the 280, which is a smaller CC than this at 280 CCs. That to me almost starts to look more like 2 wood. This definitely is Mini Driver at 340 CC. So when I place it down by the golf ball, the footprint definitely looks bigger than your typical 3 wood. And you can see that much deeper head in terms of front to back, and also the face as well. I mean, it's got 13 degrees on it, and I've actually played quite strong 3 woods in the past myself. Quite like having a strong 3 wood as a bit of a backup for driver. And if I'm playing somewhere where you know, I need to flight something off the deck a little bit lower, try and get to some of those longer par 5s. As you've seen from the channel, I'm not the longest hitter, I'm quite straight, but I'm not the longest. So I'm always trying to maximize distance at the top end of my golf bag. I've actually played some stronger 3-woods at 13.5 degrees. So sometimes they call them like rocket heads, etc. So the loft on this is the same as what I've seen on some of my 3-woods in the past. So it's a bit strange to see such a big head, but then with such a lot of loft on it. But it gives me the confidence that I'm going to be able to launch this thing up. So let's give it a go. Shaft-wise, it's really interesting using something that's just longer than a 3-wood with a size of head just like that. But let me see how well I hit it. Again, shaft-wise, a little bit soft, a little bit light to what I'd usually use. So I'm just going to go at this one relatively easy. That really launched up. It was so easy to hit. Felt fantastic off the face. Felt very quick, have to say. Very similar feel to what you get off the full driver model, the Elite. Carbon fiber, so slightly more muted acoustic to it. But it felt absolutely fantastic. Nice little high draw, which is typically the shot shape that I play with. I'm going to hit a few more and then I'll talk you through the numbers. Okay guys, so hit a few there and certainly no problem getting that up into the air. So if you're a low ball hitter, somebody who struggles with getting the ball airborne, and you're looking for something that's easy to hit, certainly in that 13 just neutral setting that I had the head in there, weight in the center of the head there as well, offered me loads of launch, good spin. I would say arguably higher than I would typically hit a fairway would of the same sort of loft. Which is really interesting. And that's probably just because the center of gravity is a little bit deeper back there, a little bit further back, a little bit deeper down than even what you would get out of a fairway wood as well. So piece of cake. I also teed it up quite a way as well. Piece of cake to launch and get up there. Last shot I hit, I actually teed it down a little bit because I found that I had the ball teed up a little bit too much. You know, I definitely have no problem hitting the ball high. So that was quite interesting there. Teed it down a little bit. Definitely felt like I got slightly better strike on the face. What's really interesting about the data on those particular shots that I hit there is the reason that the pros are putting this into the bag is they're hitting the ball so long now. You know, those long guys, the longest guys, they're almost up at sort of 350, you know, let's say 330 to 350. And there's a lot of trouble up there as well. So whenever they want to lay back, they're probably laying back to about 300 yards. You know, they're looking to take 30 to 40 yards off of that drive that they've got. And the mini driver can kind of offer that. And that's pretty much what I saw right there, is that was pretty much totaling out there at sort of 260, 263. That's pretty much where I typically carry driver to. So it actually backs up, it supports where I want a club to be, certainly off the tee anyway. It piggybacks on the back of where my driver is. So really interesting. Went a little bit high for me, and you know, the shaft's a little bit soft for me. Personally, it doesn't time that well. But certainly for somebody who's swings it a little bit slower than I do, and you're looking for someone that pops it up, it'd be a great option, that Denali grey that they've got in there as well. What I have done, interesting enough now, I've just tuned this down, so I've put it in the -1 setting on the sleeve, and I've also moved the weight into the toe area because I would find I'd probably turn a club like this over a little bit too much for me. So I'm just trying to see if I can make it a little bit more fade bias. So I'm going to hit a few, see if it brings the flight down, see if it makes it a bit more neutral for me, see if you can also make these drivers quite versatile in terms of the way that you set them up as well. Okay, so really interesting. I guess as you'd expect, it definitely went a little bit lower and it went a little bit longer for me there. Definitely a bit more suitable. If I was going to play a mini driver, I'd probably be looking at that 11.5 degree head. It would give me the required flight that I was after to really support it. Got a little bit more out of that one there as well. Got it into sort of the mid 260s as a total yardage. So definitely for me, I'd be looking at that 11.5 degree head, or I'd be tuning this one down. But yeah, it's movable. Definitely, I could see a difference in the flight there. So again, always make the most, if you go for a fitting as well, make the most of the cog systems here. The back weights, really get them tuned in for you. Make sure that the fitter's doing that for you as well, because you can really get another gear out of these heads if you sort of go that extra mile with them. So really impressed with that. Feels fantastic off the face, looks good. Definitely confidence inspiring. If you put that down next to a 3-wood for me and you said you got to hit one or the other and you got to just hit it straight, I'm definitely looking at Mini Driver because it's just a lot more real estate. You know, if I'm looking between that and Driver, I'm probably still picking Driver, to be honest with you, with the 460cc head, because again, it's just bigger again. But certainly if this was going to replace the club for me, it wouldn't be Driver in the bag, it would be Freewood. And yeah, quite interested by that. Maybe I need to do some more testing with my shaft in there as well. But great product, looks fantastic, feels fantastic. All right, guys, so just to summarize, Callaway Mini Driver, fantastic product. Really enjoyed hitting that there. Looked absolutely fantastic down by the golf ball. Felt very much like the Elyte Driver, the full form, the 460cc head that I really enjoyed testing as well. The Mini Driver, who's it for? Well, ultimately, I think if you're somebody who you struggle with the length of driver, your strike moves around the face, and you're just somebody who's desperate to get better dispersion with something that just gets you down the fairway, would definitely give one of the Mini Drivers a try. There's several in the market, and they're all very good from what I've heard. This is the first one I've hit, but I'm looking forward to testing some of the others, certainly. Would it work its way into my bag? Well, potentially. The 3-wood and the 5-wood might be under jeopardy. Really enjoyed hitting the 7-wood and how easy they were to hit. And I've quite enjoyed how easy that it is to hit off the tee. So I don't hit many 3-woods off the deck into par 5s anymore. So yeah, potentially might do some more testing with that and see if I can work it into my bag. But guys, let me know in the comments below. Have you tried Mini Drivers yourself? Has it worked for you over your standard sort of driver length, the bigger headed 460cc driver heads? Would you like us to see us review more Mini Drivers? If so, again, let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video today, please give it a like. And if you haven't already, please give the channel a subscribe. If you've got any ideas on videos that you'd like us to see, or if you've got any comments on this particular video, please let me know in the comments below. And we look forward to seeing your next video very soon.